After all that Margarita Gracheva has endured, it's incredible she can smile or laugh at all.
Есть два датчика, один крепится на внешней стороне, другой на внутренней. От мышц. А здесь мышцы у наши проходят, как у любого человека. Я хочу открыть, представляю, вот он открывается. Хочу закрыть, он закрывается.
Margarita has written a book about how she ended up like this. Its distressing title is Happy Without Hands.
Вот первое, это где моя жизнь до, и даже есть фотографии с бывшим мужем. Там вторая часть фотографии уже после трагедии. Мой муж бывший.
Whoosh. She calls what happened to her tragic, but really, it's barbaric. On December 11th, 2017, in a jealous rage, her ex-husband chopped off both of her hands.
Была и любовь, и потом просто человек за секунды перевернулся и стал, реально садистом и маньяком. Поэтому я хочу показать этим, что домашнее насилие — это не значит, сказать, неблагополучная семья или кто-то там пьет, гуляет, нет.
She and her husband Dmitry had been married for 5 years and had 2 little boys. Their life was happy at first, but he became increasingly suspicious she was having an affair. This is him testifying in court.
В начале октября. Начало все в семье как-то пошел холодок, что ли, какой, я не знаю, как сказать. Ссоры, конфликты.
Margarita eventually told him his irrational behavior was unacceptable. She wanted a divorce. He was furious. But that December morning, she had to ask him for a ride to get the kids to daycare. She couldn't have imagined the sick plan he'd come up with. He had previously scouted out a wooded area and purchased an axe. He tied her up and attacked her, delivering 40 blows, first slicing up her leg and then severing and pulverizing both of her hands, leaving them in the snow.
Не пытаюсь я этими словами оправдать свой поступок. Я понимаю, что я совершила, что было на тот момент, когда была разрушена семья. Я думал, что все. Я думал, что жизнь просто кончилась.
One hand was too damaged to be saved. The other took 3 operations to reattach. Dmitry was sentenced to 14 years in jail, but he could be out as soon as 6. Human Rights Watch claims there's abuse in 1 in 4 Russian families. Advocates are trying to pass a new law to protect women, but they're facing incredible resistance in this deeply conservative country.
До трагедии я обращалась один раз за месяц, когда бывший муж меня вывез в лес с ножом. И сотрудники полиции ничего не сделали, они просто потом закрыли дело.
Lawyer Elena Popova is one of Russia's best-known women's advocates.
There is no any legal definition what is domestic violence. There is no any restraining order. So you can't have the restraining order if you are the victim of domestic violence.
Popova has tried repeatedly to get Russia's parliament to pass a tougher law. But instead, legislators have done the opposite. Just weeks before the 2017 attack on Margarita, Russia decriminalized spousal assault.
So it's awful. It's a catastrophe for everybody who is involved in this special topic of domestic violence. They call it traditional values, like it's not a violence, it's our traditional value, it's our authority inside our family. It means that if I beat my kids, it's just my authority as a parent.
Conservative church groups have been the biggest obstacle to tougher domestic violence legislation. We visited Moscow's Church of the Savior Cathedral one night, where some opponents were speaking out in the fiercest possible way.
Те, которые лоббируют Пушкина и же с ним, эти законы — это враги России, враги семьи.
Many at the event equated punishing spousal assault with other negative Western ideas. Ultra-conservative leader Andrei Kurmukhin compared it to gay rights or same-sex marriage, saying they're anti-Russian.
Вместо того, чтобы создать семью, для того, чтобы ее объединить, он дает изначально инструкцию, как ее семью разрушить.
Like a mindset out of another century, Natalia Rotova told us when a man hits a woman, the woman likely deserves it.
Все бывает в семье, да, и, может быть, через какие-то вот даже вот там побил муж жену, оно может быть и вразумится.
It's tempting to think only a few crazies really could think this way.
Всем добрый вечер, я Андрей Малахов, и мы в прямом эфире. Жертва чудовищного преступления Маргарита Грачева из Серпухова.
Except that when Margarita Gracheva went on this mainstream Russian TV show, some of the questions she faced demonstrates how victim blaming is pretty standard here.
А ты прокручивала в голове тот день и
Was there something you could have done that would have prevented this tragedy? Asked the host.
довести до той трагедии, которая произошла?
У вас двое детей.
A defense lawyer pressed her. Maybe there was something behind this. Maybe you did have some kind of a relationship with another man. Gracheva told us such comments infuriate her, but she stays focused on what matters now,
Фотография, это просто идеальная семья.
Есть 3 возможности сменить позицию.
such as figuring out her new German-made hand.
Fest umgreifen. Хорошо. Und trinken. И пить.
Для меня было огромным счастьем, когда я там смогла заново себе варить кофе, переворачивать страницы в книжке. Ты какие-то мелочи в обычной жизни не замечаешь.
Still only 27, she says she dreams of being in a happy relationship again. A friend who is a professional photographer did this glamorous photo shoot to help her build her confidence.
Личная жизнь, я говорю, я не ставлю на личной жизни крест, и я, понимаю, что по одному мужчине нельзя судить весь мужской пол, и это не значит, что теперь все такие будут. Я в будущем планирую создать семью, хочу родить дочку.
Her resilience is remarkable, but her fear persists that when her husband gets out of jail and tries to get back into her life, Russia still won't have laws in place to protect her. Chris Brown, CBC News in St. Petersburg.